Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of something new I'm trying out. It's called Patches Rants. Basically what I'm gonna be doing in these videos is I'm gonna talk about anything related to the metal community. It could be anything, varying from crimes committed by metalheads, things in the news related to metal, things about posers and elites and stuff like that. Just basically anything that I think deserves a few minutes of my time, you know. By the way, if this video is gonna look or sound crappy, it's because my webcam keeps dropping frames. Like even right now I'm already on 250 dropped frames in just this small duration of time. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So anyway, that's also the reason why I keep, pausing so much between shots. Because when I don't, the audio is just gonna completely unsynchronize from the video. So anyway, back to the subject of what I wanted to talk about, which is... First of all, I need to say my sincerest condolences to anyone involved in this, anyone related to this person. But after having said that, what the fuck is this bullshit? Basically, this story is about some kid who had some personal issues, self-esteem issues, very normal kid things, and he eventually committed suicide because of these problems. And now the all-known pointy fucking finger is pointing towards his iPod, which had death metal on it. Now, throughout the article I read, there were pointed out a number of reasons why he must have committed suicide. And to be fair, reading about a boy from 15 years old who has a lot of troubles, a lot of problems with his friends, with his self-esteem, with whatever, it's pretty clear that this could lead to, him becoming suicidal. However, what I completely do not understand, what I cannot fucking comprehend, is why the name of the article would be "Loving Teenager Hanged Himself After Listening to Death Metal Music with Dark Lyrics which Glorify Death." I've had pretty deep psychological moments myself, and in these moments metal would actually be one of the few things that would really help me. And even things with dark lyrics, probably even especially things with dark lyrics, can give you a whole new sort of self-assuring feeling. When I hear something that glorifies death, I don't think, oh man, I should be dead right now, that will be some fucking fun. No, that's not how glorifying death works. As human beings, as alive human beings, there are only a few things we are sure of, and one of those things is death. And usually we are led to believe that death is something terrifying. It's probably the end of everything, or it's gonna be eternal damnation, at least in our cases. But when I hear a song and it sings about we are gonna rule in the underworld, or we're gonna drink meat and fuck women in Valhalla, or things like that. Now that is glorifying death. And that makes me think, fucking A, I have nothing to fear of death. When it comes, it will be there, but at least there is this chance that those songs I heard were true. And that's gonna make me go through life with the idea that I have nothing to fear about death. And to any teenage boy who is struggling with mental problems about what his life is all about, or what life in general is all about, or what's gonna come in the afterlife, I would highly fucking recommend to go listen to some death metal, or whatever kind of metal. And finally, for once in your life, not be fed up with the idea of, oh, watch out what you do, because maybe you won't get to go to heaven, maybe you'll go to hell, and you're gonna be damned for the rest of your existence. When I read this story, I thought to myself, this kid was probably trying to get away from all the problems in life by listening to death metal. And sure as hell, I too realized that there are death metal bands that don't really make you all too happy. But I will never, not in a billion fucking years, believe that this kid was unhappy because of metal. I will not ever believe that. Even more so when I read his description, the short description given about him, I actually started to recognize him a metalhead. For me, a very typical description of a metalhead would be someone who is very loving and caring and emotional and who understands people, who wants to help people, who wants to talk to other people about their problems. That's what a metalhead means to me. And it just seriously really upsets me to see yet another story about some teenage suicide which is automatically linked to metal, as if it was the cause of the problem, while even in the article itself they make pretty clear how he already was depressed, he already had issues, he already had problems, and then they find metal on his iPod. Seems to me like he was using it to get away from his problems. I'm not gonna try to make metal seem even better or anything like that, but maybe let's just keep the option open. He was trying to use metal to his own benefit, making him feel better. Because to me and to a whole lot of other people I know, metal has always, been there. For instance, there was a time when I used to wonder about certain things, about certain philosophical issues. And then I heard Heaven and Hell's The Devil You Know. And that entire album made me realize that I wasn't the only person thinking about these problems. That actually they were pretty normal to think about, and there were even songs written about it. Or a lot of work from Arjan Lucassen in Arion, but also in Star One. These philosophical things that as a child it's pretty normal to struggle with, or at least at the age of 16, 17, when you're in your puberty. Metal musicians just helped me deal with all these life questions I had. And to all parents out there thinking that glorifying death is something very evil and scary, well, unless you are a very strict Christian family, it's just very nice and comforting to finally hear someone say something like, as I lay bleeding, I smile believing I won't fade away like the rest. Time's an illusion that I will see through, 'cause I'm gonna trash beyond death. And I know this is a kind of mild form of glorifying death, but at least it's the idea of, talking about death not being this final, boring, damnation kind of thing, but maybe it's just gonna be one giant fucking party. As long as I can believe that at some point, not in my life, I'm going to sit at a bar, and to my right is Ronnie James Dio, and to my left is Dimebag Darrell, and somewhere over there will be Randy Rhoads, and we're just having a beer and chatting about how fucking awesome metal is. I'm just gonna be pretty fucking happy. So to get back to the subject of this news article, I personally think it's pretty fucking terrible to use the death of a child as another excuse to start bashing on metal. It's not the first time, and it certainly won't be the last time that a death of someone or the injury of someone is used as another excuse to start hating metal, but this is just very low. To make this clear, I'm not blaming the parents or anyone close to him, because reading the article I pretty much understand that they wanted to make clear how he was already having certain issues and problems. I do, however, blame the media for making every single headline teen suicide after listening to death metal. That's just fucking disgusting. However, I'm going to end this video here, but not before I ask you all a question. First of all, what do you think about this entire thing in general? Do you think metal should be blamed for his suicide? Do you think it should not be? Any opinion is welcome. I hope no one is going to bash anyone for giving his opinion, because that's not what this is intended for. And the second thing I want to ask is, has metal ever helped you overcome any mental condition, anything you felt weak over, anything you didn't know what to do with? Just in general, what has metal meant to you in your life? Now I'm gonna leave it at this. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please leave me a comment answering one or both of my questions. Please like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. There's gonna be more of these Patches Rant episodes. It's gonna be more Patches Metal episodes in which I review usually 2 or 3 albums. I hope you enjoyed watching and I'll see you all next time.